Good morning, No Borders NBDR followers. Joseph Snyder here, CEO of No Borders, coming to you on January 2nd, 2020. It is a new decade, and I am thrilled to be here with you guys. Very excited about this year, thrilled to close out last year the way that we did here at No Borders, full of energy, full of passion, bringing amazing things to market and having a lot of fun doing it. So thrilled to come to you guys in this first business day, as it were, of 2020. New decade, fresh start. As it is, right? We don't actually know how old the Earth is, but for our calendar purposes, 2020 is here, and we're extremely grateful to be here with all of you guys, share this journey with you, and roll into 2020. So just going to jump right in. We do have a few things to go over on this particular video. I also have some changes and some updates and some information to share with you guys. So I want to jump right into it. First and foremost, changes. So one of the things that we've been doing, as you guys know, is we test things and we compile data and we review them and say, okay, what's working and what's serving us, and how do we impact greater? How do we help more people? How do we share more? And how do we grow more? So to serve that end, one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to go backwards a little bit, and we are going to make a part of these videos as a Q&A. So when we had originally started the shareholder video, motion that we do here, and as far as I know, we're the only company in the OTC market that does this. So to all the other companies out there, why don't y'all catch up? But as we've done this, one of the things that we originated with was this idea that we wanted to receive questions from you guys and then answer those questions and drill into things as much as we can, as much as we're legally allowed to do. So we're going to begin doing that. And so to give you guys an avenue for that, the way that we're going to do it is you can leave a comment with your question, whether it's a question about penny stocks in general, OTC markets, whether it's a question about something you've seen out in another company somewhere, or you're trying to understand something that was released or promoted or whatever, and hey, is this tangible? Is this real? Happy to answer those questions about kind of the penny stock market in general. I have a very unique viewpoint on the market. I also have a very unique experience set coming back from the inside and having acquired an OTC markets company, having operated it and brought it current and moved it forward over the last almost 2 years now. So happy to answer those questions. Also, obviously, any NBDR specific questions that you guys have that we can answer, I will answer. And so the way that we're going to do that is leave a comment here on the YouTube video. Like I said, whether it's about penny stocks, or whether it's about No Borders in particular, whether it's about the OTC market, different things, happy to answer those. So leave a comment, leave your question, and we will answer those on the following video. So I'm going to be bringing back the Q&A segment moving forward. Additionally, we've been refining the message and refining, how do we communicate? How do we stay current in our communications with you guys? And how do we make sure that we're putting our best foot forward into the new decade? So one of the other changes that we're going to do is we're going to go to a once a month shareholder update video, so we can really get more news and traction and a larger block of information than we currently do. Currently, we've been running these every 2 weeks, and what we've seen is about every other video really gets a lot of traction and really gets a lot of attention. And so what that kind of tells us is that every 2 week cycle, we may not have enough things moving every 2 weeks to justify a full video cycle. I've filled a lot of airtime anyways, engaging with y'all, and I love y'all, and thank you guys, for engaging with us and watching these. But with that said, so this is our first video of 2020. This is coming on the first Thursday of January 2020. So we're going to continue that out through the rest of the year. So the next video will come the first Thursday of February, so on and so forth, moving forward. Coinciding with the change in the videos, we do have our March 8th shareholder meeting in Las Vegas that we are nailing down venue and all kinds of information. We'll have information out on that as quickly as possible so that people can make travel plans and plan accordingly to be there for that. We're really looking forward to that. There's nothing. This last year I personally got the opportunity to meet several of our shareholders and interested parties and followers directly in person, shake hands, say hello, sometimes share a meal. And that was an incredible experience. It's, I think for them and for us, right? To put a name and a face and a handshake to this digital relationship that we all have, I think is very, very, very powerful. And so I do look forward to seeing you guys on March 8th. We will have information about, like I said, venue and specific times and things like that coming out very shortly so that everybody has time to plan accordingly. So that's all fantastic. Those are some of the major changes that we have in our communication strategy that we're initiating immediately. Try to make sure that we're getting questions from you guys. Try to make sure that we've got enough of a time cycle in between videos that you guys can really get a lot of value and impact from them. And also make sure that we're still staying at the forefront of being the most communicative and open and honest and transparent company in the OTC. I believe that our results in 2018, our results in 2019 show that that's who we are. I believe that we've done a phenomenal job of that so far, and we want to continue that moving into this new decade with you guys. We really see 2020 as our true go-to-market year. 2018 was our merger year. 2019 was our setup year. Getting rolling, getting things going, getting our ground game established, getting our brand game established, getting our marketing systems dialed in, getting our customer success and service operations dialed in. We've really done a phenomenal job of that over the last 12 months. I'm very proud of the teams and everybody who's put passion and energy and momentum into what we're doing. So thank you, to the No Borders teams, the people who work day in and day out to make all of the different pieces of our organization run and facilitate growth for what we do. They've done a phenomenal job. On that note, obviously, we don't have all the numbers drilled down. There's a lot of work that goes into that. We will be filing our 2019 Q early, as we always strive to do, and we've always done since we did the reverse merger in March of 2018. Every single Q that we filed has been on time, or actually has been early. I had a deadline. So we will definitely be filing early. I know that for a fact. That's what we do. But I can tell you today, just with the information that I have and the data that I have, that Q4 gross revenue was higher than Q3 gross revenue. And so that marks 5 consecutive quarters of quarter-over-quarter gross revenue growth for our company. The fact of the matter is that you are going to be hard-pressed to find any other company, especially, I would say, a blockchain company, which we're a products and services and fulfillment company. But at our core, we consider ourselves a technology company looking for impact points, looking for profitability points, looking for disruption points within our verticals, right? We've talked about that over and over again. And I think you would be hard-pressed to go out and look around the OTC market or even NASDAQ and find a company that is doing what we do across multiple verticals with the kind of consistent growth that we have. Now, we need to scale that growth, right? We know that, the market knows that, and our private investors know that. They support us, they love us. Those things are fantastic. We need to scale that growth. Obviously, our goals, our vision are huge for 2020. Just absolutely massive goals, massive vision about the impacts that we want to have, about the resonance in the markets that we want to have, about the revenue growth that we want to have. It is stratospherically larger than anything that we've done so far. We believe we have set up the foundation properly to do that. We believe that we can scale these brands plus some other verticals into this year effectively and strategically and successfully because of the customer success operations that we have, because of the fulfillment operations that we have, because of the ability for us to access capital off of our Reg A and other ways right now. And so that's really, really impactful. So we are moving into the new decade aggressively, full of gratitude, full of absolute passion and curiosity for the things that we're doing. Our teams are having a phenomenal time. But as we do that, some of the things that we do have to change. And so there's some changes coming. Number one is we're going to roll this over to a once a month engagement video hopefully get to a point where we've got a larger block of information and results and things to share with you guys through each one of these videos and still stay communicative. Number two, as you can see, I have decided to grow my hair out. So, you know, I've had a shaved head for a long time. It's worked well. It is cold now, so it's kind of a good time to try to do that. But one of my things this year is I'm gonna you know, change up my physical appearance a little bit and have some fun with that. So, you know, I do have, you know, my goals for this year, my personal goals. I've got NBDR goals. You know, we've been drilling down on those ever since the beginning of December, really working to refine those and make sure that our teams are really clear on where we want to impact things, the influence and impact that we want to have on the markets in 2020. And also me personally looking at, you know, what is the impact that I want to have? What is the knowledge and the value that I want to share with you guys, and how I can have a larger and broader impact on the world in general with the platform that I have, and also with the people that we get to touch. So, you know, with all of that said, I wanted to share with you guys just a couple of books that I'm currently reading, because I thought, you know, I read all the time, and this isn't necessarily something that we've talked about a lot. So number one is this is a new book by Ryan Holiday. This is Stillness is the Key. Ryan is an author of books such like wow, I just went totally blank, and he's one of my all-time favorite authors. So that's a good move. But yeah, my brain just decided to go blank on me, which does happen. You know, The Obstacle is the Way is the book of his that I've connected with the most and read the most. Stillness is the Key is his new book, and I love both of them. And then Dave Meltzer is a personal friend of mine. He runs Sports One Marketing down in Irvine, California. If you don't know him or don't follow him, I recommend that you do on YouTube. He's an incredible guy, an incredible speaker and author and mentor. And I'm currently rereading his book, Connected to Goodness, by David Meltzer. So you might check him out as well. Part of my mission as I looked at this decade and as I looked at the goal sets was impact, right? You know, we have worked really, really hard to establish our business operations, to get these things rolling inside of our company ever since we did the reverse merger. And I think we've been phenomenally successful in getting these established and setting up strong foundations and those kind of things. We have not had the scale of results yet that I want for us. We have not had the scale of results yet that I see in our future and that I focus on and meditate on and manifest. But those things are coming. That comes from doing the work day in and day out. And the one thing that I can say about us and about our company is nobody's going to outwork us. Me personally, let me just talk about me instead of the entire team. Nobody's going to outwork me. I will simply outwork anybody else. And I think that we've shown that decisively and consistently for the last 2 years. We're going to continue to show that into 2020. But this decade is about scale for us. This decade is about impact. Part of the impact that I want to have as a person is to share how I, set goals, how we attack those goals, and also what is the content that I'm consuming in order to make sure that my mental focus and my mental clarity is on point and that we're focused on and achieving the results that we want to achieve both individually and as an organization so that we can have shareholder growth for all of us. Remember, I myself am a major common stockholder of NBDR. I want to see this company grow. I want to see this company scale. This is an absolute cornerstone of my personal wealth and my family's wealth and the vision that we see for the future for ourselves. And so I enjoy having you guys here along the journey with me, and I love to share this journey with you guys from my heart to yours. Happy 2020, happy new year. Let's crush this decade together. I will continue to share books that I'm reading. I will continue to share lessons that I've learned, and I want to hear your questions. So we really want to get back to this being a back and forth engagement more than just a preaching. And so that's a big focus for 2020 is to bring you guys in to this conversation, to answer the questions that we can answer about No Borders, and also maybe to help refine and educate you OTC and penny stock investors out there in the world who believe you're acting on good data, who are reading, reading things like non-binding LOI PRs. By the way, just a little side note really quick. If you're reading a non-binding LOI PR, you might as well rip it up and throw it in the trash. It doesn't mean anything. It is literally worthless paper. So from No Borders, we will never announce something that's not done. We have not so far. I never plan to. It's easy to do. It's easy to make up a bunch of BS that doesn't mean anything and put it out in the market and have, LiHub or whatever go crazy and rah, rah, rah. That stuff's easy, right? What's hard? I don't know. Actually showing up, selling product to consumers, building a product line that people love, doing fulfillment, handling returns properly, making sure that people that do returns are happy and satisfied so they come back and buy something else. Those things are hard. Those are the things that we do. So to end here, I am hyper grateful for all of you. And I want to share the knowledge that I've learned over the last 2 years from the inside of the penny stock world with all of you guys out there. So ask your questions, leave your comments here on the YouTube, ask the questions that are relevant to you that might help make you a better trader or a better investor. We're going to work. We're going to work in this decade. We are going to build the shit out of this business and have an absolute great time doing it. Lastly, I want to leave you with 3 things that are our mantra for the 2020 decade. They're very simple. It's a clear, concise goal set, and it goes like this. We want to make a lot of money. We want to help a lot of people. We want to have a lot of fun. That's what we're here to do. Thank you again. Joe Snyder, CEO of No Borders NBDR, coming to you. Again, leave your comments, leave your questions. Happy New Year.